Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're out at Copper City. This is near Three Forks, Montana. I'm on the Salsa Timberjack and I've got it set up as a mullet. A mullet bike has a bigger front wheel than the back. So in this case, I'm running a 29er up front with a 29 by 2.6, and then in the back, I've got 27.5 plus. So it's 27.5 by 2.8 back there. I'm excited to see how this feels. I loved the 27.5 plus setup, and but my one complaint was it just didn't roll through things quite as well. It felt like it got caught up on stuff. So this theoretically should resolve that, because the front is what usually catches up more and will feel like it's getting sucked into holes and stuff. We'll see how it does. I wanted to wait till I rode somewhere like here, because there's some pretty steep and technical trails, and that's where mullets really shine. With a smaller back wheel, you can get your butt back lower and farther back because you don't have such a tall wheel sticking up. Obviously it rides fine on normal stuff, but I want to see how it does where mullets are supposed to be the best. This trail is a green, so basically the easiest there is out there. So I don't expect to really notice much right now. Just feels like I'm riding my bike. The reason people started setting them up was because they thought two things. On steep and technical terrain, you one, want to be able to roll over things and not get caught up in holes and rocks and things like that. But you also need to be able to get back, get low, move around a lot on the bike. So a 29er is great at one of those. Rolls over lots of things. And a smaller wheel like a 27.5 does great at letting you get low and back. You might assume it's, you know, a pretty small difference in height that wouldn't make much of a difference in ride characteristics, but it's probably a bigger difference than you think. When I rode the 27.5 plus last time, I was amazed at how different the bike handled. Really on the steering, but just also in general, it was a lot more playful. It was easier to move around, and so when you go to a 29er on the front and a 27.5 on the back, you should, in theory, get both, the best of both worlds. I feel like I gotta get used to the steering again. I've been riding at 27.5 plus, and the steering just really gets really playful and quick. And so back on the 29er, I'm having to adjust back to it. It's not a bad thing, just different. Let's go for this rock slab. Oh yeah. Whew. Oh yeah, that was fun. So far, I don't really love it on the easy stuff. Wouldn't expect to. There's no real advantage. It's kind of like just going halfway, and just feels cumbersome. A little more difficult to pedal. It's not really fast rolling, but it's not slow rolling. No judgments till I get to technical stuff. There's a little bit of a long and technical climb. Let's see how it does. Yeah, that's good. The big front wheel wants to roll over stuff, and the back is shorter because I have that smaller wheel on there, so I could shorten the chainstay, which makes turning around these switchbacks easier. Back end does seem a little kind of nice, actually. I don't think it's too big of a deal right there, but the back end kind of just moved around. I didn't even notice it that much. Woo! I'm liking the rear end right now. I think I like this. It's just got to be more technical to be really enjoyable or noticeable at all. Steep is what you need, I guess. Oh yeah, that's nice. That back end comes around easier. I can get down, back. Whew. I'm not even riding this very fast or well, but it's noticeable. I think if you're going mullet on a bike with an adjustable rear chainstay, go longer. In the 27.5 Plus video, I talked about how the shorter chainstay made the front end pop up. Well, with a 29er on the front, it's taller than the 27.5, so it's just accentuating it. The bike has a little bit slacker of a head angle. You're sitting back a little more. The reach is shortened from here to here, so it just wants to lift even more easily. It makes it difficult to climb because when you're fighting the bike, it's just adds to the challenge in a not good way. Yeah. Woo. Spicy. The bike likes to play. Yeah, that was nice. With the back end, it's easy to let it come up. It doesn't hit you over those little rises. If you're not jumping them, the back end can pop up and buck you off, but not with that smaller tire. You know, the back end is catching a little more. I mean, this is fairly chunky stuff, but the front is just plowing through it, and I can feel the back end kind of grabbing, slowing me down a little. I'm almost back up to the top of the main ridge. I'm gonna head down a trail called Merry Widow. It's a black trail. Last time I did it, didn't have a back brake, and I was on my spearfish, so full suspension. We'll see how it goes this time. This is so much better than last time. That spearfish is such a cross-country geometry. And then this is way more aggressive of a bike. So, a lot better. That low back tire really helps. That was incredibly steep. Then the lower part of this trail is like this. It's nice and flowy. This is so fun. This is where a mullet shines. It's really doing it now. Feels so good. The bike wants to charge through stuff, but then it also is maneuverable. Whew, I remember that one. That was fun. Okay, you should have a mullet if you're riding steep stuff all the time. So fun. That makes sense, so that's why, you know, some of the new enduro bikes and a lot of downhill bikes run a Mullet. It just makes more sense for that platform.
I ended up really enjoying the Mullet setup for this ride. Do I think that I'll ride it this way all the time? Definitely not. In fact, the first thing I did when I got home was swap the 27.5 Plus wheel back onto the front. From my experience, you'll really only see the benefits of a Mullet if you're riding really steep and technical descents. So if that's you, go for it. A matching 29er wheel set is going to be better overall for more cross-country routes and just to maintain your momentum the whole time. On the other hand, a 27.5 wheel set does great in pretty technical situations, and besides when it got really steep, I really appreciated having the quicker steering of the smaller wheel on the front. But like I always say, don't think too much about it, just get out there and ride. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed watching this, leave a like, and let me know what you think about Mullet bikes down below. I'll see you next time.